fastest player without doubt was Peter Rhodes-Brown. We didn't have many quick players. I think Trevor Ebbard would have been the other one you would have been looking at. Certainly wasn't Dave Langan. Certainly wasn't John Truick. Briggs or Houghton. No, they couldn't catch a cold, but they could kick a few. Well, let me tell you, in their time, great players. But yeah, undoubtedly the quickest player we had was Peter.
If only he knew where he was going to cross it. Well, what
I only knew he was running, more to the point. And there was a few times we actually, at the old Managram, he opened the door at the back fence. He was going to run out of it, or he's going to run into it a few times. Once again, there was quite a lot of good trainers at that particular time, lads that used to love coming in. We had Maurice Evans and Ray Graydon taking training at that particular time, but I'd have to say Trevor Ebbard. Trevor was the fittest lad. I think his nickname was Nijinsky, because Trevor could get box to box, no problem whatsoever. He was pretty quick. I mean, he wasn't as quick as Rosie, but he'd be up there. He wouldn't be that far away from him. But Trevor would be the one you'd be looking at for fitness. Yeah, he was a tremendous athlete. Les Phillips was a really good, bright footballer. Les knew where to go positionally, got themselves into great positions. John Truick was another one. I like John. I think John could play left back, played in midfield. Another one who was very articulate in his knowledge of how the game should be played. And Brocky, Kevin Brock would be the other one as well. They'd be the ones I would be talking about as far as understanding where they should be positionally in a game.
What about off the pitch, clever? Who would you have as your phone a friend out of them all?
Yeah, well, once again, Rosie would be the one. I think he had a good education somewhere. There's not many footballers who have. I mean, we all get dragged up rather than anything else. But Peter, yeah, another sensible lad. Particularly when you kept him out the pub, he was all right. But when he was in, then you wouldn't be ringing him. As happened, it wasn't that bad, to be honest. I mean, there was no one who really stood out where you would think, oh no, listen, I've been at many clubs and I could give you many names of players at other clubs who weren't the brightest, but there was no one at Oxford, I've got to be honest, who you would put on that level. All of them were, they were all alright, they were all okay.
Does it help to be clever to be a footballer? I mean, intelligent to be a footballer? Or
no, not necessarily.
No,
not necessarily. What you need is, it's a bit like having, brains and then having someone with common sense. And that's what you need in the football field. You need people with common sense to know when they're on the ball, where they should run, where you're going to play the ball next. We call it having pictures in football, but it's having an understanding as the ball's en route to you where you're going to play it. What you don't want is someone who controls and then goes, right, what am I going to do here? Sometimes you find out they're the brightest ones because they control the ball and thought, isn't this great? And then they look up and then everything's gone where they should be passing the ball. But I mean, it doesn't really matter. You've got some really bright lads who are extremely good footballers and ones that are not so good when it comes to the educational side of things, but when they put them on a pitch, they're brilliant. John Truick was probably the one. John always played with his hair because he had curly hair, John. So I remember being in the changing rooms afterwards. They took him a while to do his hair and all that, flicking around with it. So John, sorry pal, I'd have to just put you up ever so slightly. That's about it. It gave me my first opportunity to play in the highest league, which was League One at that particular time. It would be Premier League today. I can never forget Oxford for that. And it also helped me to get international football. Having played in the first leg of the Milk Cup semi-final against Aston Villa, Jack Charlton had come to watch John Aldridge. And whilst he was at the game, he found out afterwards that I was Irish, that my father was born in Donegal, and I could play for Ireland. So that was where I got my chance. So yeah, brilliant memories. And to win the League Cup in the manner that we did that season against QPR when Jim Smith had left to go there, when you all factor all that in, it was a great experience.